Train the muscles, not the joints.
So welcome back to Natural Gland Bodybuilding, and lately I had a comment by a guy named Tom, who seems like a nice guy, but at the same time there was one thing that he said in his statement that was, well, let's just say he made it to Stupid Comments Saturday. Now what Tom said was that I should control my temper and I should not address trolls in the live chat in the way that I do, or I should be more polite and just nicer to these ignorant people, not stupid people, because these people are just, it's just not their fault, and la-da-da, and let's play the frickin' violins for them and all that kind of stuff. So he's saying the reason why you don't have massive amounts of subscribers is that you're mean to these people. Now, the first thing I want to say is that it is amazing how many people in this world are okay with watching other people be abused. And then when that abused person defends themselves, how they come in and say, there's something wrong with that person defending themselves. They are not very polite in the process. So it's kind of akin to seeing some kid on a field somewhere getting punched in the face by a neighborhood bully. And then when he punches back, everybody's like, oh, that child is just so rude. They're just not very good. They're a bad person. How dare they defend themselves? And this all has to do with the castration of the male in this world right now, where you are not allowed to defend yourself. Well, that's perfect. If you don't defend yourself, you become a perfect slave. And I am no one's slave, Tom. I'm not your slave either. So I'm not going to fit your effing agenda. All right. So the first thing you got to understand is that there have been lots of people that have come on this channel and said some pretty mean things, or said some things that were false, like accusing me of drug use and all this sort of thing. And the first thing I will do is I will answer their statement and say, no, I am 100% natural. I have always been drug-free. And then I will see how they respond to this statement. Now, you would be surprised how many people then say, no, you're an effing liar, you're an asshole, and you're just hurting people, and you're giving them the wrong advice, and you're a bad person, blah, blah, blah. And they say it in a lot of different colorful words and language. And this is about 90% to 95% of the reactions I get from these people, because they are not coming to the channel to find the truth. They're coming to the channel to perpetuate their own suffering and abuse the person they are talking to. So you will have to forgive me if I do not act politely to these people. Now, there have been a few comments that have been made that have been inflammatory at first, where they say, hey, I don't believe you're natural. And then I get into a discussion with them about it. And then they come around because they're open to my answers. They're not just hell-bent on holding on to their opinion with no logic or no evidence whatsoever. They're just basically saying, hey, this is what I think, but can you enlighten me further? And I have no problem having discussions with these types of people, because they are entering into the conversation with the intent of relationship and not with the intent of abuse. So the whole thing is wrong when it comes down to saying, oh, you have to act nice all the time. You have to be the way I want. Because guess what, Tom? This is another form of bullying, and now you're doing it. You're telling me how I should act. So you can kiss my ass too, to tell you the truth. And you might be a very nice guy, but I'm telling you right now, when you're getting your house broken into, or when somebody's bullying you, I'm the guy you want on your side, because I'm not going to be there saying, it wouldn't be very nice to punch that robber in the face, or it wouldn't be very nice to say mean words to that person who's violating Tom in this moment. Do you understand? I'm the best ally, and I am here to enlighten you further and to take you into a deeper level of truth, of understanding your own experience in a moment and honoring that and following that, rather than letting the outside forces bully you into what you should or shouldn't express in any one moment, or what advice you should follow from your own body. See, I am a warrior on this path. I am a warrior on this channel, because I am showing you to break free of the dogma that is being perpetuated right now, telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your own body. This is the type of personality you need inside yourself in order to follow your own wisdom. If you don't have this, guess what? You're going to be a wishy-washy idiot, always following whatever everybody tells you, because it would be rude to follow your own way, because it doesn't go in alignment with what everybody else is doing. So in the end, you have to understand, I'm your greatest ally here. So you're going to have to forgive me if my personality doesn't always jive with the way everybody else is all flaky and airy-fairy and kumbaya and singing and violins and all this shit. That stuff happens inside myself. But the minute I have somebody encroach upon my territory and telling me I'm supposed to be something that I am not, or falsely accusing me of something that I am not, without any sort of openness or ability to listen to my side of the story, then I have to honor the fact that these people are hell-bent on being my enemy. They are not here for relationship. So at that point, I have to deal with them as such. Now, another stupid comment was made by somebody else saying, hey, you're a socialist. You don't let people just advertise on your channel or advertise in your place of business. So you're suppressing people's freedom of expression or something like that. It's like, no, that's not true. Suppressing somebody's freedom of expression has to do with them in their own platform, in their own home, or in their own space, expressing their opinion, and they have the freedom to do that. But that doesn't mean I walk into somebody else's home and tell them how they should live. That's not freedom of expression for me to be able to do that. That's called invasion, right? That's called invasion. That's called break and enter. I mean, the bottom line is that Burger King doesn't advertise in McDonald's, and McDonald's doesn't put pamphlets in Burger King's restaurants. There's a reason for this, because it's called sustainability. Now, if you want to talk about sustainability and talk about how business works, I'm giving a lot of stuff away for free. I'm giving almost too much for free. To tell you the truth, it's not even really sustainable to run this channel. If I was busy or too busy doing a full-time job doing sales somewhere else, you wouldn't even be getting this information. So the thing is, you have to forgive me if the small amount of support I do get, I'm trying to maintain in some way, shape, or form, and I'm not giving away free advertising, because guess what? Someday, maybe somebody will want to come on and sponsor my channel, and then therefore I can afford, again, to give away free information. But if I'm giving away sponsorship and advertising for free, then why the hell would anybody pay for it? Right? It doesn't make sense. So it's about being sustainable. And if you want to understand the economics of the channel, I did 2.5 hours of chatting yesterday, giving away free information and free advice, and I never got one donation, not $1 came from anybody who benefited from the information from yesterday's chat. So you could talk all day about what I should do or what I shouldn't do, but in the end, you have to understand that I'm trying to keep a boat afloat here. And if I have a boat in the ocean and I could only fit 30 people in that boat, taking another person on the boat might sink the thing and then everybody dies. So it's the same thing with the channel. I have to keep this thing afloat so that way I can afford to keep on giving free information and helping people as they come along. But if I have just everybody just doing random stuff and then the channel just falls apart, like what's the point? I can't maintain it, right? So there are certain decisions I have to make in order to be able to keep giving you free information and to keep helping you. And you'll have to forgive me if I just don't give everything away for free all the time, because guess what? There's always somebody that comes along that's willing to bend you over and take everything from you and say, hey, you got anything else? You know, so that's business, right? If you run a store and you just sell everything for 10 cents, don't ever try to sell it for $10 after having it for 10 cents, because then nobody will buy anything from you. So you will actually sink your own business in the end, and then now there's no store in the town. This is the same thing with YouTube, same thing with social media. You do need to support the system that you're doing so that way you can afford to keep giving. It's amazing how many people don't understand this, but this is how business works, and it's also how giving works. I mean, if I give blood, I have to make sure that I don't give so much that I die in the process, right? So unfortunately, there are people out there that wish that you should die in every single moment. You naturally just rise from the dead the next day and are able to give more blood. Well, that's just not the way life works. So that's my stupid comment Saturday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And yeah, stand up for yourself if you need to, because there's nothing wrong with that either. There's just as much love in standing up for yourself as there is in being all nice all the time, all right? So there's a happy medium between both. But you can't just be one all the time when you're being attacked or bullied or treated like crap. So I hope this taught you something about life from this old bastard. So thanks for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patient supporters. And these guys understand me. So thanks for that. And take care for now.